This 18-year-old young man was brutally attacked by his own co-workers. Sadiq, 18, from Bangladesh, was always described as a kind, hardworking and honest young man. He was an only child in a very poor family. His father was a driver and his mother was a homemaker. From a young age, Sadiq was passionate about studying and always dreamed big for his future. To pursue those dreams, he started working at a poultry farm at a very young age to help cover the cost of his future university education. Thanks to his diligence and efficiency, Sadiq was promoted from an ordinary worker to a managerial position. Despite becoming a manager, he never became arrogant and continued to work just as hard as before. After a long time working, he managed to save some money for university and also made friends with several co-workers who were about 5 to 6 years older than him. Everyone respected him because he was educated and very serious about his work. On August 28, 2023, Sadiq said goodbye to his parents and left for work. That was the last time they saw him alive. By 11:30 p.m. that night, he still hadn't returned home. His parents called him, but he didn't answer, something that had never happened before. The next morning, they tried calling again but still couldn't reach him. They contacted the farm owner, who also couldn't get in touch with Sadiq. On the morning of August 29, Sadiq's parents received a call from his phone number. When they answered, they realized their son was in a state of panic. Sadiq told his mother that he had been kidnapped, that he had been held inside a vehicle for 12 hours and severely beaten, and that he was now hiding somewhere to make this call. The call was suddenly cut off. His parents tried calling back, but no one answered. As his mother was preparing to go to the police station, she received another call from Sadiq's number. This time, it wasn't him. The caller said they were holding Sadiq hostage and warned her not to contact the police if she wanted her son to remain safe. They demanded a ransom of 1.5 million local currency and told her to wait for further instructions about the time and place for the payment. The problem was that Sadiq's family was very poor. Still, because he was their only child, they tried to gather the money over the next 3 days but couldn't raise enough. On August 31st, the kidnappers called again to demand the money. The parents had to admit they couldn't collect that much. The kidnappers then reduced the demand, saying that $1,700 would be enough for Sadiq's release. However, even that amount was difficult for the family to gather immediately. The kidnappers threatened that if they didn't pay, they would kill him. Eventually, after 3 more days, the family managed to collect the $1,700. On September 4, the kidnappers called again and instructed Sadiq's father to bring the money to a specific location. They warned that if he contacted the police, his son would not return safely. Fearing for their only child's life, the parents did not report to the authorities. The father went alone and left the money as instructed. After receiving the money, the kidnappers told him to go home, assuring him that his son would already be there waiting. Relieved, he rushed home, but Sadiq was nowhere to be found. Even by that night, he still hadn't returned. Terrified and still under threat, the parents didn't dare contact the police. They stayed at home, anxious and unsure what to do. Only after Sadiq had been missing for more than 10 days did they finally report the case. During the investigation, Sadiq's mother mentioned that he had previously had conflicts with co-workers. Police immediately went to the poultry farm and investigated the workers there. 6 workers were detained and interrogated. At first, all denied involvement, but under pressure, 4 of them confessed to kidnapping, yet they refused to reveal Sadiq's whereabouts. After several days in custody, unable to withstand the pressure, they finally confessed everything. On the night of August 28, while Sadiq was on his way home from work, he was suddenly abducted as an act of revenge. Their original plan was to kidnap him, assault him, and extort money from his family. However, during the struggle, Sadiq accidentally saw the faces of 2 of them. Fearing their plan would be exposed, they believed that if they let him go, he would report them to the police. So they repeatedly attacked him with a meat cleaver until he died. When asked where they had hidden his body, they confessed that they had dismembered him and dumped the remains on top of a mountain. One of the perpetrators admitted he had once been quite close to Sadiq, but after an argument, he developed a desire for revenge. He confessed that he was the one who killed Sadiq and even ate a small part of his body. When local residents learned about the case, they were outraged. As police escorted one of the suspects outside, a crowd attacked him. They threw objects at him, beating him to death on the spot. The remaining 3 suspects were detained, and since then, there has been no further information about the case.